for understanding and continued viewership. Like, subscribe, comment. Everyone says that. All YouTubers love doing it. Now,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, put on your best sexy clothes, practice your best sexy voice, and get ready for the sexiest podcast conversation about any role-playing game you got. Star on the sexiest crew ever to jump a gate and to feel the freezing effects thereof through Stargate SG-1. It is Heathen Dogs, Heathen Dogma with Stargate SG-1 in the tabletop gaming fundamentals.
Thank you, Garthon, and thank you everyone for watching. Appreciate it. Now, I've had this game a long time. All right, I've like Garthon. I've only played it a couple of times, but I have the book, and this book is no joke. It only comes in hardcover. It's 488 pages.
Lots of color pictures.
Lots of color pictures. Let me tell you that. It covers. You know what? I'm going to get into that later. For right now, let's go ahead and talk about the particulars of this one. It came out in 2003. And
I remember then.
Yes, back in the day. And the publisher was Alderac Entertainment Group. They got the
AEG.
AKA what?
AEG.
AEG, that's right. And they got the license from MGM, but after a couple years, MGM pulled it because it wasn't selling very well. So.
Well, because MGM had very important things to do with that license, like
nothing else.
Nothing.
Yeah, pretty much that. The price. Now, this is the kicker. You can get the PDF from DriveThruRPG. Just go DriveThruRPG, Stargate SG-1, click enter, and you'll find it for just under $20. But if you want to get the hardcover used, $52 on Amazon.
Heck with that.
$35 on eBay.
Sounds better.
New, over $100 on both sites.
Yeah, but no one's gonna pay that much.
No one's gonna pay that much. I mean, I think I paid $45 when it came out.
Yeah.
And for this giant book, I get it.
Yeah, well worth it.
Yes.
RPG books tend to be expensive anyway.
It's true. Well, now, I mean, I got this back, 15, 20 years ago, and this was really expensive for an RPG book. Usually they were $25 at the time. So,
I don't know. I think they're still around 30 at the time.
Oh,
What's it say in the back of your book? It'll have an MSRP.
It will have a, hang on.
That means manufacturer suggested retail price.
$45.
Yeah. Yep. See, told you.
Yep.
45 stackaroonies.
$45, but the books usually aren't this huge. I mean,
yeah, that is an impressive book.
You could usually kill someone with a book this heavy.
That is true. Or
right,
so I have heard.
So let's explore the galaxy. All right. It was built with Spycraft 1.0 RPG, which is the D20 OGL, the open game license. Now,
right, it's kind of like D&D 3.0, sort of. Basically, just it's a D20 system where things go up.
Right. If you wanted to classify it between 3.0 and 3.5.
Right.
In between.
I really like Spycraft. That's a good system.
Yes.
Played a lot of Spycraft.
And we're going to talk about it at the end of the slide. But this book, it's so huge, it covers the first 6 seasons of the show.
Nice.
So you can start you can start as an SG team in season 1 and go through the entire storyline of the show as an SG team up to season 6 with this book alone.
That's pretty impressive.
It is impressive. Now, all the main characters are represented. So, and the cool thing is they're represented as low level, mid level, and high level. So as you meet them throughout the series of your game, you will meet them at an experience level that is era appropriate to where you are in the seasons of the show.
Not that you would have to put them in your game, but if you wanted
No, you wouldn't have to. But if you wanted to, you definitely could. Now, it uses primary classes and prestige classes, very much like D&D used to do. With the
I miss prestige classes.
I know. And it uses the vitality and wounds damage system. Now, this was, they say, first used in Star Wars RPG, but actually Palladium got there first with the SDC and hit points. Now, the idea is that the people who made Spycraft are like, listen, someone hits you with an M16 and rolls maximum damage, but you have 140 hit points, and you get shot in the chest, and you take 25, 30 damage from that, and you didn't die, and you're not in any danger of dying. That's dumb. That's stupid. It doesn't reflect real life. You get hit anywhere with a bullet from an M16, you're just about done. I mean, you get hit in the shoulder with an M16 round,
It's not
your
good.
shoulder comes off.
Yeah, bullet tumbles through you and tears you all up.
It,
There are
it tears.
people who are fine when that happens. Well, not fine, but they keep
I
going
would
for
say
a bit.
fine, but
But
they're not continuing a firefight at that
right,
point.
but odds are if you get shot with an M16, it's not good for you.
Yeah, you're done. So they use the vitality and wound system. Now your wounds is your base, your con score, and that goes up very little throughout your entire career. There are some skills or perks that you can get that actually increase that, maybe some special class abilities, but that's it. You're never gonna have triple digit wound points like you can with hit points in other games. Your vitality, on the other hand, goes up as you level quite a lot. Now they explain vitality as, yes, you were hit by that M16. The guy rolled a hit. He rolled max damage, and you take damage from your vitality first. The reason being is you were able to duck, you're able to dodge out of the way, and you hit the ground, and let's say you got a superficial wound, like you sprained your knee or something like that. Your vitality goes down. Your ability to mitigate damage goes down and down and down until you're out of vitality, and then that next bullet that hits you will murder you because you have 20 wound points, and this thing does 25 damage. You're just dead. So the idea is it's your situational awareness. Someone screams, "Oh my god, RPG!" The 10th level character goes, "Oh my god," it ducks for cover. The first level guy goes, "Huh?" Bam, he's toast. Because he didn't have a large vitality rating. He wasn't able to dodge out of the way. He didn't have situational awareness. So it lets you have lots of damage. It lets you do lots of damage, but not instantly kill everyone with a weapon that should instantly kill everyone. All right, so let's move on from that. All right, now your basic stats. Now, to roll your stats is just like many other games. You roll 3d6, or whatever the GM allows. 3d6, any order you want. 4d6, drop the lowest one. You want to do your own specialized point system, whatever. It'll support any of that.
Yeah, if you're some kind of wimp, if you're tough, you go 3d6 straight down.
Straight down.
That's how
baby.
you do it, kids.
That's it. That's old school.
No extra rolls. No 46 drop the lowest.
But I want to be a fighter, but my strength is 9. Well, guess what?
Guess what? You're a terrible fighter.
You're a terrible fighter, or you're a better something else.
That's right.
All right, and we're good. The stats are basically the same. You got strength, which is your hand-to-hand attack and damage modifiers, and in this game, the stronger you are, the better you are at compensating for machine gun recoil.
Which makes sense.
Yes. Dexterity is your ranged attack modifier, and also your defense and initiative modifier. Constitution is your vitality modifier and your starting wound points. I told you that wound points don't really go up every level, so there's no constitution modifier for that. Your vitality points go up every level, and your constitution modifies that. And we go to the next to the next stats. We have intelligence. Intelligence is your number of initial language and your number of skill points initially, and number of skill points that you get moving forward every time you level. Wisdom, it helps you with an inspiration check. Now, for this game, an inspiration check is if you're stuck and the GM wants to move everything along, he has you roll an inspiration check, and the GM gives your character an aha moment, little light bulb moment, to give you enough of a hint to continue on with the story, which I think is a neat mechanic. Instead of trying to railroad people through, like push the hints through them, you can have them roll and succeed in an inspiration check, and then they feel like they've done something, even though the GM gave them this. They spoon-fed it. It just doesn't feel like it. And your wisdom is also, you walk into a room and you can roll to see if just something's not right. It's like something's wrong in here.
Makes sense.
Stuff like that. And then you have your charisma. Charisma affects your influence others and to blend in other cultures, which happens a lot in the Stargate universe. You go into cultures that you're completely alien to, but a high charisma modifier allows you to, read the room basically and blend in better in that environment. And the gear picks. Now, the gear, I don't really get into it today. I'm going to get into it next week. The week after next. But gear is you're given an assignment by Stargate Command, and then you're given basic gear that they believe you need to make this assignment a success. The higher charisma you have, the more gear you can requisition For example, let's say you got this Marine. He has a charisma of 8. He goes, I'm here for my gear. It's like, okay, here's your gun, here's your clips, here's your goggles, and here's a gas mask. There you go.
Now get out.
I think I'm going to need an RPG. Yeah, you don't need an RPG. Get out of here. And then the cool guy walks in. Here's your gun, here's your goggles, here's your clips, here's your gas mask. You know what, man? Yeah, Rick, right? Rick? Yeah, how are your kids, Rick? I heard your daughter got her braces out. How's she doing with that? Oh man, she must be a knockout by now. You better watch out. You're gonna be knocking guys around with a stick trying to get at her. By the way, you think I could get that RPG? Sure, here you go, man.
Why not?
Like that. Exactly, stuff like that. And of course, all of the ability scores have modifiers, and they all have the same modifier, and you can see it right below me on the ability score modifier table. Okay, let's move on to the races. Simple. The only standard race is human. Yep. Every other race is optional, GM optional. If the GM wants that race to exist as a player character, it can. If not, it won't. And you should shut up. Especially if you're starting Season 1 Stargate. There is one Jaffa, and that's Teal'c. Everyone else is, guess what? Human. That's it. Now later on, you get near human, like Jonas Quinn, pictured to the right of Teal'c. He's a human, but from a different planet, and he's been away for so many thousands of years that he has some perks that humans from Earth do not have. Like he has an eidetic memory and increased intelligence, stuff like that. And then you have the optional races of Asgardian, Tok'ra, and Riol, I think they're called. I would never allow them. They're the invisible arachnid, like.
Yeah, it's a little much.
Yeah, that's way much. I would never allow that. A Tok'ra is iffy, man. An Asgardian, no, that's way too. No, I would never allow that. But all these race choices are dependent upon the timeline. Like if you're in Season 1, you don't know, you can't get more Jaffa. You don't get any near humans because the only near humans in Season 1 they find are basically just invented the wheel. You don't want them on your team. They'll just shoot themselves in the face. And the Asgardians aren't around yet, so you can't be them.
That's
Maybe
right.
If you start later on, these things are possible, but it's up to the GM and how he does his story. Now, let's go over to the Macro-Specialties. Now, this is really cool. All right, now, in the beginning, when they were building the SG program, they had to cherry pick people from other services. The Air Force, the Marines, the Navy. I don't think they did the Coast Guard, but the Army. Now, you didn't just come out of boot camp and go, oh, you're tapped for the SG program. No, you were distinguished.
Right. So they had a reason they chose you.
They had a reason they chose you. As a matter of fact, I want you to make this full screen because this chart is hard to read. Now, let's say you're an Air Force. You're former Air Force. You get a +2 to your intelligence.
Yeah.
And a -2 to any other ability.
Yeah.
Any other stat. Okay. And you can be an Air Force officer, an Air Force technician, an enlisted Air Force recruit, or a pararescue. And you get these one-time bonuses. You want to be Army. Great. You get +2 con, -2 to anything else. And if you want to be an Army officer, Army Ranger, Army technician, or enlisted Army recruit, you get these one-time bonuses. It goes on and on throughout the entire thing. So
you get wisdom.
You get to choose these macro specialties, especially if you're starting early on.
Well, they wouldn't get intelligence or charisma.
Yeah.
Sorry.
If you want intelligence, you get civilian specialist.
Yeah.
If you want to get charisma, you get a diplomat.
Makes sense.
As you can see, if you're a civilian specialist, like what's his name? I'm blanking on the main character.
Danielson?
Daniel, yeah. If you're like Daniel, he gets +2 charisma, -2 dex, and he gets persuasive as a bonus feat.
Hey, that's always nice.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead and make it normal size again, and we'll go over to the macro species.
Yay!
Now, this is if they allow species, then if you are the species, you get these traits. If you're an Asgard, you get +2 wisdom, -2 strength and con. If you're a Jaffa, you get +2 strength, but -4 charisma because no one trusts you.
Fair enough.
And you get all the
also, the Jaffa are known for being charismatic in the first place. They're not like, hey guys, how you doing? There's like,
exactly. Yeah, they're not fun at parties.
No, they are not.
If you want to be a Tok'ra, great. You get +2 intelligence, -2 charisma, and you get the blended symbiote abilities: increase healing, increase strength, stuff like that. And then if you want to be near human, from an advanced society, you get +2 intelligence, -2 strength, and your bonus feat is any basic or advanced skill feat. That would be Jonas Quinn.
What if I just want to be human?
Then you get you get the, if you go back up.
Oh, that's
the
the other chart. Okay.
Macro-Specialty. Yeah, the Macro-Specialties.
So I can't be Asgard and Air Force.
No, you can't, because
Oh.
that never happens. Sorry. So yes, if you're an alien, you don't lose out on the Macro-Specialties. You just get your own race, macro species.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, now character classes. Now the cool thing about this game is, unlike Earth Dawn or some other games that you really want to have as much players as possible, this centers on 4 PCs, 4 players, because SG teams are 4 people.
That's true.
That's right. So your classes are Explorer.
Wait, how come the original movie then they had way more than 4 people?
Well, that's because
I know. I'm kidding.
Okay, never mind. All right, Explorer. That's first class. You're the guy who goes in there and you're prepared for whatever is happening. You know, you have survival skills, you have wilderness skills, you have tracking skills. You know, all that stuff. You can lay the land and make it safe for everyone else, and figure out what's there, all that cool stuff. Guardian. Now, this usually is only assigned to a Rebel Jaffa. So if you're doing season 1, only Teal'c is a Guardian. He's the only Guardian class in the game, so we're gonna skip that. Point man, your team support. This is like in D&D a bard. All right, you support the other team, both in firefights or completing their mission by giving them bonuses to their roles. Scientist. Well, you're a technical or scientific operative. You hit a piece of tech and you have to decipher it. Scientist is your man. You need to repair something. The technician's your guy.
Fair enough.
And then there's the scout. The scout is a little like the explorer. He doesn't get all the wilderness survival bonuses that an explorer does, but he gets a lot of survey the scene, like shadow surveys the scene. Like, yeah, he will scout the area. He will find all the hidden traps. He will do, he will see all of the enemy's movements, and figure out where they're going, what they're doing, by little snippets of information that he's gathered.
Belnar says that I want to be half human, half short, pasty alien. I already am short, half pasty alien.
Yeah, there you go.
I had to let him know that.
And then there's a soldier. That's just straight up killing.
Someone needs to do the killing.
Sometimes needs killing, yeah. And there's no penalty for multiclassing. If you start off as a soldier, you go to level 4, then you can multiclass into scientist. It's fine. There's no penalty for that. As long as you have the minimum requirements for that class. Like, obviously for soldier there's a minimum for strength, and for scientist there's a minimum for intelligence, but as long as you meet that, there's no penalty. You can do it. That's fine. You stop advancing in your first class,
which makes sense,
and you only advance in your second class.
Well, what starting bonuses do you get from your other? Do you get all the starting bonuses from a scientist?
No, you don't. You don't get the max vitality bonus for first level. You do not get the bonus feat for first level, and
that makes sense.
There's one more, but I can't recall. But it's not really important. You as you progress, you get all of the traits that you get through level progression.
All right, makes sense.
That's good. Now let's see what we got next. We got specialized. These are prestige classes. Okay, I love prestige classes.
Me too.
Because you can really dial in your character the way you want it to work.
I always found them very fun.
Yes, prestige classes always have bare minimum stats or abilities or things you need or feats you need to even gain 1 level in this. For example, bodyguard. You need to have a base attack bonus of +4, and you need to have the feat alert or alertness, and then you can get level in bodyguard. If you have levels in bodyguard, you have a specialized ability to protect people who need protecting, high value assets. Like say in the picture here we have Dumpy Technician trying to fix a DHD, and we have Samantha Carter guarding his back. Now, if she has levels in bodyguard, she doesn't. But if she did, she would get bonuses. She would give bonuses to his defense if someone were trying to attack him.
Which is nice.
Yeah, which is nice. And we have field analysts. These guys are investigators and troubleshooters. These are guys that are who are specialized in not only figuring out how tech works, but to retrofit it into something that's usable with human tech. So it's cool.
I like
Field
using
medic.
things.
Yeah, field medic is, you know, everything goes pear-shaped, and someone's bleeding out. Well, they can patch you up. You know, you're not a doctor, but you can patch you up, stop the bleeding. You're not going to bleed out. You're not going to die, and maybe someone will help extract you to the gate.
Right.
Okay. Officer. An officer gives team buffs all across the board. In combat team buffs, out of combat team buffs. The officer, you know, gives you a pep talk, and dang it, you feel good about yourself, and your next roll gets bonuses, no matter what that roll is. Sniper. This is just plain old killing. Like, I'm a soldier. I'm really good at killing. I'm a soldier, prestige class into sniper. You're super good.
I'm good at killing from a long distance.
Exactly. Kill him from anywhere. 2 miles away. Like, they died, and then 3 seconds later, I heard a gunshot. What the hell?
Outer space with a rail gun. That's how you do it.
And then, of course, there's a special one, Prime. This is only for Jaffa, and only for later on in the Stargate timeline.
Which makes sense.
Because, yeah, in the beginning, the only one that would have the Prime prestige class would be Teal'c, because he was a former first Prime of Apophis.
Right. So
he starts off with the prestige class Prime, but only Jaffa can take it, and only under specialized circumstances. All right, now that's it. That's all we got for today. And next time, I'm going to go over skills and feats, and I'm going to generate a character from scratch. It's going to be a first season SG-1 character. I don't know where he's going to be from. His Air Force. It could be Army, Marines. Screw it. I may even make up some stuff for Coast Guard. I don't know. He'll be drunk all the time, but whatever. You know, but we're going to do that. And let's see. We've already gone through pretty much everything else. Statistic, race, macro. Yeah, classes. Yeah, we did everything else.
Yep.
Yeah. So next time we're going to go over that, and you're going to see exactly how the vitality and wound system plays out in character generation, and I think you're going to like it.
I think so. Or not. We probably won't.
No, I think you will. It's a good deal. And that's it. Heathen Dog's Tabletop Gaming Fundamentals for Stargate SG-1.
Thank you, Heathen Dog. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
It's an interesting system. I like how it's based off Spycraft. I really like Spycraft a lot.
Yes.
But I like how they changed enough so it really, really felt different. It wasn't just, yay, this is Spycraft with a different skin on it.
Exactly. And Spycraft can only exist because no magic. They got rid of magic. They took D&D 3.0 and said, you know what? Let's take out magic. Wow, this thing works a lot weird. This works a lot differently if there's no supernatural crap in it.
Right.
And they were able to build this. It was really cool.
Yeah, that's right. So, of course, if you want more Heathen Dog, don't miss an episode. Follow him on Twitch. You go to Twitch, there's a follow button. Say, hey, I want to be notified. And you do go, look at that. Subscribe. You win. You're a winner. Your life is now better. And then you can use subscribe on YouTube. Zap, zap, zap. And everything is now slightly better in your life. You can wake up in the morning with a smile on your face.
Yes.
Knowing that most is right with the world. If it's not right with the world, at least right with you, because you're subscribed to Heathen Dog and the Legion of Myth. And if you want more Heathen Dog, you check him out on YouTube. His anime and RPG segments, his team-ups in Neverwinter and Star Trek Online with that Garthon guy as they play some interesting missions. It's fun. It's good times. Join us when we stream that.
If you want to get on the ground floor in Neverwinter, we only had one episode so far, so we're still, level 14?
Yeah, level 14.
Yeah, so you want to get on the ground floor on that one and watch us fumble through that nonsense, go right ahead.
Yep, and also it's also good to watch us live, get in on the fun. It's always good that, especially Star Trek Online. Join our group. It'll be cool.
Giveaways every time.
So far. At least recently. And you can check his streams Monday at 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern of Soma, which is all creepy and stuff. And it was actually a gift, I believe. Was it not?
It was a gift, yes.
Thank you.
It was a gift from Baldahar.
Thank you, Baldahar. All right, everyone. It is now time for our next segment, which is